Alright, today we're going to have some fun out at the gravel pit. I brought an awful lot of exploding things, and I got a couple different exploding things, so we're going to shoot them off and see what the differences are and which one you should buy. These are actually both made by Canadian companies, so that's always a fun thing too. Gryphon Energetics, these ones here, these were the first guys to come out on the market once these were allowed through the Explosives Act. Gryphon Energetics is the first ones I've used. I've never tried these ones, but this is a new product on the market, Kaboom. It's actually quite a bit cheaper than these ones on a per pound basis. These ones are $10.99 per pound, these are $7.99, so I'm always talking about cost effectiveness. These ones will save you some money. The major difference you see right off the bat is the packaging. These ones have a really nice hard plastic package on them, which you know, seems more stable for transportation, but these ones just come in the bag. So, you know, that's probably where one of the big major price differences come. They save some money in packaging, so you save some money on paying for it. One thing they do on both of the packages that is really good is they both have a very bright label on them, and the idea behind these is not to shoot them with your handgun from 50 yards away, but actually these are more meant for long distance shooting. If you're shooting 500 yards or 1,000 yards and you can't see your target, you hit one of these and you'll know you hit it. So they're a great idea for long distance shooting, and they do recommend if you are going to shoot these, you're over 100 yards for shooting them anyways. So the bright orange label, this one actually has a few colors all the way around, so if you don't like shooting pink, you know, if that's too girly for you, then you can shoot blue. This one's just orange, you have no choice. So the way that these work and why you can actually have explosives packed away underneath your bed is because when they come in the package like this, they're actually two separated substances, and by themselves, separated, they're completely inert, they're completely safe for transportation, and you can have them. The two products that are inside of it are ammonium nitrate, which are the little white pellets, same thing you find in lawn fertilizer, and the other substance, the little gray powder that comes in the Ziploc package, is actually aluminum powder. So the way it works, and I'll show you here in a minute when we get one ready, is you just take the gray aluminum powder, mix it in with the ammonium nitrate, and you're going to get a nice single compound of the two products, and that's when it actually becomes reactive. So in this form it's safe, you can throw it around and do whatever you want, but once it's actually mixed together and becomes reactive, it's apparently, I haven't tested it to find out, but apparently it's still pretty safe. And the only thing that's really going to give it a chance of going off is when you shoot it with a high-powered rifle. So a 22 rimfire won't work. Really, you got to shoot them with something big, like we have a 22 250 here today, or a 308, or something that actually has a lot of velocity to it. So, enough about that crap. Let's do the fun stuff and actually mix a few of these up and make some noise. Okay, so let's start with the Gryphon Energetics Thunder Shock. These have a nice sealed, actually got to crack it open like a bottle of pop or anything, and you get all your little ammonium nitrate pellets in there. So the aluminum powder is sealed really good. You know, one thing you want to be concerned about is this stuff leaking and filling the other product while you're traveling with it. And this is a nice sealed package, which actually has little nubs you can start the tear on in here too. So I'm gonna try to do all this while I'm in front of a camera with no table in front of me as well. It smells funny. Not like sulfur or gunpowder like you'd figure it would, but... Okay, so in it goes. This is really close to my face, by the way. This is a bad time for it to go off. In we go. And like I said too, even once you mix them, they're not super reactive. I wouldn't throw it at a brick wall or anything to try, but really it's supposed to be as safe as explosives can be before actually shooting it. So once you get the powder in there, you just start to kind of, this one actually is, because it all sits on the top, it's not spreading through. They had some old packaging for these, which I have with me because I've had some for a while. I've shot them before. They are a pile of fun. But it was shorter and wider, so I felt like it was easier to mix. This one's tall. It's taking a while to get all the way down to the bottom. So even though it's nice hard packaging, I don't know if it's necessarily the best, because you do want it nice and thorough. You don't want to see any white powder or any white beads left. I think this one's ready to go. So I'm gonna set up some cameras, and we're gonna do 2 shots side by side of the Gryphon Energetics and the Kaboom, and we'll put them side by side, compare them after, and see what's what. All right, I'll be back with a gun and a boom. Okay, so next is the Kaboom, the cheaper stuff, which was actually packaged quite well. You know, despite not having the hard, nice, presentable case, it does have a nice round bottom with a fairly rigid type plastic bag, so it will sit up straight for you as well. As far as safety, it's a nice thick Ziploc on the outside. The powder inside is actually double Ziploc, so it's also put away very safely to keep the 2 substances apart. This one has now been thoroughly mixed, which actually kind of coats the bag. It's hard to see how well the pellets are mixed inside because it's now just a straight gray bag, but I'm sure it's mixed quite well. Easy to mix, so let's shoot number 2 and then do some comparison.
That was bigger.
Yeah.
That was a bigger boom than the last
The boom, yeah.
Yeah, the Kaboom was definitely noticeably louder.
So, another big hit makes another big mess. And just you know, without looking at the close-up footage, it seemed to me like it made a lot bigger noise, like a lot bigger thud, kind of hitting through your chest. I don't know if there's as much smoke and effects off it, but you know, it certainly does the trick. If you're looking to just have a big explosion when you shoot it, it does a good job. Well, I'm having so much fun with my 2 Canadian binary targets that I thought we would have the great Canadian meet, where our 2 greatest binary targets here in Canada come together and make not only the biggest sound like the Kaboom does, but the biggest smoke, which I found the Gryphon has a little more effects, if you want to call it that. So let's see what 2 of them do together. They didn't blow up when mixed, which was good. So let's give this one a shot and see what happens. I gotta say, that actually works really well. Honestly, you see the big smoke, which I really think the Gryphon gives you a lot more effects. You get the big smoke, but that Kaboom sends such a shockwave, like the noise just comes right through you. It's really, really awesome. So buy them both, put them together. That's way more fun.